see you over there. This is Fishing 101. My name is Jaron Cooper. How are y'all doing today?
Yeah, you're rolling.
So today we're going to be talking about bass fishing. Now, if you're growing up here in Southeast Texas like I have, one of the first things you usually taught is how to bass fish. At least around here, that's how it goes. So the different ways that, most people bass fish is they go bank fishing, or they like to go out freshwater fishing, because that's normally where most largemouth are. Normally in Toledo Bend and Sam Rayburn is the most popular lakes people go to. But my favorite type of fishing is actually bank fishing. I love being able to troll against the banks and go up against there and try to rip lips all day long. But anyway, so if you are 17 years old, you do have to have a license, a fishing license by the state of Texas law. And if you don't, you will get fined, so do not fish without a license. Anyway, so let's hop on into it. So this right here is one of our good old little baits. It's just an artificial bait. So normally whenever you're going and you're just casting, you try to go ahead and get up against the bank. Let's just say for instance over there, that wall is the bank. Whenever you're reeling in there up there, and you got that artificial bait on there, you want to try and pop it a little bit. Make sure that fish sees what you're giving him. Make him interested in it, because if he just sees a regular old fish swim by, he ain't gonna try. But if he sees a fish that's injured or just having a hard time swimming, it's gonna give him an opportunity to see that that's something that he wants to go after, because it's an easy kill, easy food for him to take right there. And that normally draws them out of their beds. Now, if you get up in some brush piles and you can't get up on your bank right there, then the easy way to do it is just a little flick like that. It provides you to be able to get underneath cover right there and still get in and work the bait. So whenever you're working the bait right there, it still gives that fish the opportunity to go after him. Even if he's deep up in them woods, you can just flip up in there real quick and grab him. Now, this is a very misunderstood sport. A lot of people look at fishing as just people that go out there and they think that they can just go throw their lines in the water and let it sit there. And that's especially what a lot of movies and TV shows do, but it's a lot more complicated than that. But I personally love fishing because it's really not what all it's about. Fishing is really just a time for you to get a chance to go out there and go hang out with your friends and your family. And you ain't even got to catch no fish. You can just go out there and go hang out in the sun all day and, hang around with your friends. But a few more ways to go ahead and pop this bait a little bit. Whenever you cast it again, that ain't smart. But you can also just reel them up a little bit, and maybe, you might get lucky and have a fish see him as just a normal, typical fish swimming, and he'll see him going right by, and maybe he'll want to go after him. Especially if you got that drag on top of the water, that gives the chance for them bass to see him dragging on top of that water right there and think, oh, okay, this will be easy. He's gonna see me. He ain't gonna see me coming up from the bottom to go get him. But another good way you can do this, for that flick, you can bend your pole back. That was pretty bad. But you can you take your pole and bend it back a little bit and flick it. Now this right here, this is bad. You don't want to do that. If you ever do that, then you better go ahead and try to pull that rat nest out. See, this is gonna be rough. But yeah, don't do what I just did. It's a really bad trick. Only professionals can do that. I'm not one of them. But anyways, like I said, it's a very, very misunderstood sport. Just pause it, dude. All right, anyways, we're back. I had to get that bad backlash out. I had to go to the shop and go get some crimpers and get that out. But anyways, most of the important times you want to go, oh my God. Okay, all right, yeah, we're gonna restart that one. All right.
Just go edit it
So
out.
anyways, all right. So anyways, excuse me, I had to get that backlash out. It was real bad. I had to go to the shop and get some crimpers and pull that line out. But anyway, so we're back. But one of the best times for you to really try and, if you want to start fishing more often, is during the springtime. During the springtime is normally whenever bass kind of start, they start spawning. That's whenever they've had time to breed during the wintertime. And they're finally starting to leave their beds because that water's warming up a little bit. So it gives you a chance to go out there and actually get a better chance of, actually catching something rather than going out there in the middle of December when it's freezing cold and you still ain't gonna catch nothing. That's just a miserable day. But so specifically right here, this bait is kind of more of like a dark color, but depending on the day, you can find like bass tracking apps, and they'll tell you what colors you need to be using on your artificial baits to go after, because those different colors, they shimmer in the water, and it gets those fish to be more attracted to it because it's something they ain't never seen before. I personally like to go watermelon candy red on most of my baits because it's not something they see very often. So whenever they do see something like that, it really gets their attention. And then you just work that bait right in front of them, and they go ahead and take a bite at it. Some of my favorite baits I like to use is the Wacky Worm, Texas Rig, and specifically the topwater frog. The topwater frog's fun because you can just pedal him on top of the water just like that. And like I said, they'll see that shimmering up on top. And whenever that big bass comes up, whoosh, just takes him. Oh, it's unforgettable. It really is one of the best feelings you'll ever have. But now, yeah, like I said, I mean, bass fishing's really a very underrated sport, and most people don't do it because most people don't understand that it's really just about being out there with your friends and passing time. But I love going fishing, and I suggest to anybody that wants to try it to watch this tutorial and go after it. So, anyways, but thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'm sorry about the train. All right, y'all have a good one.